Good morning. It is November 1st. Already November. This is Kim McGillis joining you live from Saskatchewan. So I'm in Regina and it is presently 11:03 Central Time. And for my friends, my husband who are back in Ontario, it is presently 1 p.m. But there is a time change coming up this weekend. So in Ontario, you are falling back 1 hour for daylight savings. And I'm actually very excited that I don't get to do that here. So let me just join in here so I could see all your comments. If you are watching me live, please say hello and where you are from. I would love to hear. And if you're watching the replay, please say replay. So this is almost concluding our Reindeer Days collection. Am I going to be making more projects? Absolutely, because I'm not done and I'm just like so inspired by the entire collection. I love the color combination of it all, and I think I have 2 more projects to do. Hi Christine, happy Friday to you as well. You must be so excited. Do you have big plans for the weekend? I believe I'll be crafting all weekend. It's just me and my dog this weekend here, so we'll be quiet. I've put on my sweater weather shirt, and then I have the big comfy socks, so it should be a fun couple of days. And it's beautiful and sunny here, but very cold. We've just come back from our walk and it was pretty chilly this morning. So if you've been here before, you know that on Friday I try to do a card box, and there's many questions last week when I did the Seasons of Elegance series. So I am going to show you how to do one of the boxes with the window sheets today, and also we're gonna embellish it and decorate it to coordinate with the entire cards. So this week we did 4 fun fold cards. I don't know if you've already shared which one was your favorite. I have so many. I don't know, I think I like them all. Maybe card number 2 from Tuesday. Anyways, here they are. If ever you're just joining us, I have them here. We had card number 1, which was this fun fold. It was, I think it was one of your favorites. And then on day 2, which is my favorite, and actually yesterday I was asking my husband, so which one do you prefer? And he liked this one, which was Tuesday's card, but in a fun, he liked the version of the shaker card. But what he did say is like, you're not gonna be doing 100 of those. So I was like, well, if I had helpers, maybe. But anyways, I do love the shaker card, so I think it is my favorite out of the bunch. Then on Wednesday, we did the easel card, which was this one here. And if you go to my blog, you get to see, I've done photos so you can see them up close, but this was the easel card. And then yesterday, I think that's a good one. If ever you have lots to do, it's very simple. And then you could use your DSP, but it was just a simple flap like this, except I went with an optional square image instead of a circle image, just to do the difference of the 2. Hi, friend. Good morning or good afternoon, wherever you are. So, and then today we're going to do our card box. So I am going to flip you down. I'm excited that it's November. I am thinking of doing another series next week. They do consume a lot of time when you're going daily doing them, but I have enjoyed them and I like to see the entire collection. Do I share which one that I want to use? No, I'm not going to jinx myself because I just saw my package. I'm not sure if it's going to make it on time for Monday's creation. So we'll see. So I'm going to layer you down here. And then we're going to start the projects. And you want to know something? Yesterday, I tidied up my craft space. It is not a huge craft space here compared to my Ontario area space where I work, but I needed to clean up a little bit. There was dimensionals everywhere. It was a bit nuts. So anyways, I did that yesterday. I don't know, they tend to fly. The papers of the dimensionals, they tend to fly everywhere. It's kind of a fun thing. So I've loved reading all your comments. I have taken the time to read them. And I try to answer to all of you. If ever I haven't answered your questions, then you could always send me a private message. So for today, we are designing the box for these entire 4 cards. And I'm going to say the reason that I like to design boxes is because for me, commuting between Saskatchewan and Ontario, when I'm designing a class in Ontario and then I'm designing a class in Saskatchewan, I like to bring my cards and showcase them. So that's why I like to have boxes to put them inside. I checked the Reindeer Days yesterday. I do have a couple of spare kits, so I might be offering a package. If you're from Canada, you might see that. And I might do also a PDF, an extra PDF, just to showcase a bunch. Sometimes people like to have instructions, images, and stuff. So I saw a bunch of emails that requested that. So the window sheets. I have to say that they are currently back ordered, but keep an eye on them. The quality of the window sheets is beyond exceptional. I have to say, when I did cut them through, they are not comparable compared to acetate sheets. If ever you were doing a presentation like when we were in high school, these are the window sheets. You'll only need 1 sheet to do your box and you'll have plenty of extras. So the code is 142314 if ever you don't have these. And I'm just mentioning them because it might not be a popular item, but it was for me. Hi Joan, how are you this morning? So you'll need 2 window sheets, 2 pieces, and these are 8 by 4 3/4. So 8 by 4 3/4. If you want to do like my box, you could also cheat it a little bit and do 8 by 4 5/8. But if ever you want it a little thicker, then that would work. So what you want to do is you want to grab the short side here, and you're going to want, let me bring it a little closer so you get to see, to score at 1/2 inch and then at 1 inch. And I am going to use my bone folder after. I just want to do some nice marks. You're going to do the entire, like if you're flipping a clock, oddly opposite side, and do the same thing. So 1/2 inch and 1 inch. And you'll have to do that on 2 different pieces, which I've already pre-done the other side. Joan is saying that it's good rainy in Washington State today. Oh, well, we're sunny, so I'm very happy about that. I'm so sorry for you that you're having the rain. And then you're going to grab one of the side, and this is on the long side, and you're going to go at either 5/8 of an inch, or if you prefer simplicity, you could still go at 3/4 of an inch. And we're only doing the one side. So I could remove this. We're done because I've already done the opposite side. You'll want to grab your bone folder. And with the bone folder, you could design you could do a very big crispy fold. So this was my first side. I'll do the other side with you so you get to see. And you just manipulate it delicately. And then I'm just gonna do the second piece. So then this is the box on its own, and you do the opposite side as well, which I already folded with my fingers after it was scored. And then, so it is very sturdy. And if you feel like, you know what, Kim, this is too much, you could always do the design, but with a piece of cardstock. So you could make the box, but it just wouldn't be clear. So that would be an option. The reason I'm showing you this way is because I've had requests about it. There's also similar boxes that you could find on Amazon. You just want to make sure that they fit a card. So that's one of the things. So I'm going to do the opposite so you get to see a little bit more. So what I want to do is I'm going to be snipping a piece here all the way. So that's like my part of my triangle. You have 1/2 inch here, 1 inch here, and I'm just snipping my, where I've done the 3/4, and I'm just gonna remove that little corner. So I'm showing you here, let me grab a piece maybe of cardstock so you see underneath. So I am showing that it's just exactly like this. I'm gonna do the same thing on the opposite side, cutting this here. And you might have acetate box left over if ever you've been a demonstrator for a while, or if you've been a customer for a while, so that's another option. So I'm going here, creating that fold. Because we've already designed that little piece, then we could do so. I guess it's like what my husband Chris said, you don't want to make 100 of these boxes just like the shaker card, correct? Because they do require patience, but if it's rainy, like Joan is saying, then why not? I'm gonna do the opposite side, and then my extra little fold here. And then what you do is you only need, we'll do this side too, to assemble them together. So one goes on one side and the other would go on the opposite side. So you would just assemble it like that, and then you would close the bottom. So I'm gonna set this aside. I, on the other hand, already have these assembled. And if we wanted to, we could add the second side, and I'll put that in the measurements. But at the end, it comes to the same thing as this box right here. So we're gonna grab that. Then I grabbed my leftover designer series paper from the Reindeer collection, and I've cut a piece at 3 inches by 12, and that's gonna act as our belly band. I did not create any folds. What you wanna do is you just layer it, but you wanna bring your pieces that are open on the front side. Why the front side is because we won't see them once we embellish that box. Joan is saying she is doing some stamping this morning because it is raining. Well, that's perfect weather, sweater weather. Is everybody removing all their fall decorations today and then adding the new winter decorations or holiday decorations? I'm thinking we're going to be removing all our fall decorations. Okay, so then here we go. We just add it like this, and then you just mold with your fingers. So this is going to be our front. I'm just going to fold this properly here. Okay, now we'll need a piece of that same designer series paper. I'm gonna use this one because that's the one we used all week. And this one is 1.5 by 12. And we're gonna create that paper rosette. So if ever you're like, I do not wanna have to score the entire piece of designer series paper, then you do have an option, but I like to score it. The option is that you can use the round we go dies. So these are the round we go dies. And if you cut 2 pieces like this, they will do that paper rosette. But for sakes today, I am going to do my own. Shelly's saying that she's not removing fall for a while. Still fall weather here. Nice. Okay, so here I'm gonna be doing at 1/2 inch all the way. And when I was showing you the dies with, I'm just gonna remove these, with the rosette, you would need 2 pieces. As for this version, when I'm using the score board, I only need 1 piece. So that's why I like to do it with this one. So at 1/2 inch, if you find that it's harder for you to do these, then yes, for sure, go with the dies. And that doesn't take a long time. So these you could put on cards, you could put them on your boxes, on gift tags. There are so many. Actually, if you do scrapbooking, albums, they are great as well. I just love this board. Does anybody have this board, like this scoring board? Is it something that you have part of your tools? It's not something I take out every day, but I find it's very practical when you're doing boxes. That's for sure. Here we go. So it's all done. So I'm just going to set this aside. It goes so well when you pick up your scrap space. Here we go. So all the scraps have been put away. I didn't even need to take out new cardstock this morning. I just used my leftover from what we used this week. So Christine is saying she's loving her scoring board. That's awesome. So you know what? If you have one, you can maybe want to put a like, a thumbs up. I'd love to know. I don't know if it's a practical thing. And you know what? I should share that board a little more often because of the practicality of it. So I'm going here, creating my fold. Then you'll need one of your circle punch. It could be any one of them. I like to use the one that's 2 inches because I want it a little wider and I just want to consume that space. When I design my paper rosette, my initial one, I use multi-glue. Today, because we are here, I think I'm going to use some hot glue instead. So that could be an option as well. Okay, so now they're all folded. Fran is saying that her scoreboard does not leave the table. Oh, I love that. I just never know where to put it, but I have to say that one of my team members was sharing with me where she keeps hers, and it's within a bag that we received or we bought at one of the events that Stampin'up was hosting, and I do have that bag, and I was like, oh, I didn't even realize it was for my scoring board. So I have to take it out. It is adorable, and actually there is a fabric rosette on that bag. I'd have to find a picture. I'll ask her if she can share. She's not here watching live right now, but maybe I'll ask her, hey, could you take a picture of that scoring bag that we received from Stampin'up just so she could share? So here we go. So now I'm just going to assemble the 2 sides. And what I did is I just used sticky tape to assemble my ends. So this will coordinate with all our cards this week. It's going to be a beautiful package. And now what I'm sharing with you is I'm going to take out that punch. I'm going to use that 2-inch circle. And then if you don't have a circle punch, then you could use the Round We Go dies because it has a bunch of different circles in there and you can embellish with those as well. So I'm going to grab that 1 circle here. And then I'm going to use hot glue for today. And I have the hot glue around. I'm going to tell you why. It's because I got that kit that was for the kit of the haunted house, and we needed the hot glue for the haunted house. So, and then I'm just going to add some glue right here. So if you don't have a glue gun, you could always take the multi-glue. It's just you need to leave your hands there. My goodness, it's taking a while. Let's see. Oh, it's coming now. Here we go. And I just put lots of it in the middle there, and I'll go all around like this. So once again, these DSP paper rosette are great to make if you have lots of spare designer series paper. I'm going to say that I haven't even used a quarter of my pack of designer series paper after we've made all those fun folds, and I've made those fun folds in multiples as well. So now I'm just gonna sit it on right here. I try to center it a little bit more. So Fran is saying that she's seen the haunted house decorated as a Christmas house. And I'm gonna tell you, I did purchase a second house, so I wanna do that gingerbread house for sure. It would be great to do. Just set this. So have you ever done these before? I'm gonna let the glue set in a little bit because I feel like it's not quite dry yet. But look how pretty. So a great way to use your excess pieces. And now I'm just gonna take my designer series paper. If you wanna stamp, once again, this little one or this little one, you may do so, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna take my paper. So we're gonna add the paper rosette right on top here. Just gonna take out my other adhesive. Anybody planning to use that haunted house kit to make a gingerbread house? I find demonstrators have been so creative. So Fran is saying she made a rosette like mine a few years ago. She bought the rosette dies, but I've not used them. Well, you will fall in love once you start using them. I'm just telling you, they are pretty stunning. So we're gonna add our deer on the top here. I want to use all that DSP that I have. So I'm just gonna pop it up. Okay, you wanna know something? I need to remove this. I skipped a step. Give me a second. I'm like, here I am chatting away and I'm not paying attention. I need to take out this guy because we forgot our banner pieces. I'm so sorry. So let's rewind one step. Grab a piece of cardstock that is real red. And then we're going to use our coordinating embossing folder. That piece of cardstock that you'll be using is going to be 3 by 5 3/4 because I want really it to stand out, and I feel like it's not standing out when it's DSP on top of DSP. So let's just do that quickly. It's not going to take very long. So when we chit chat, we forget steps. So here it is. That didn't take too long. And what I'm going to do is just grab my center. I'm just gauging. And then I'm just going to bring one corner to the other side and then this corner. So sorry about that. I'm assuming it happens to you once in a while too, that you will forget a step. Okay, now let's bring this piece back. I find it's an important step just because I really want it to stand out. So you'll see that by adding that banner, it's going to stand out. I'm going to use our coordinating a real red and white twine here. And we're going to do that bow. And really, I just wanted to coordinate with this week's cards. So that's why I'm doing that. Bring it aside, do a bow, just like you're tying your shoelaces. And I'm gonna make it a little larger than I would normally, just because I want it to stand out. Okay, so now I'm gonna remove all these stickies at the back. And we're gonna set it right, not almost at the top actually. Here we go. So now we have this part. Now we're gonna grab our rosette once again. I'm gonna add more adhesive just because I removed the other one. And then we're gonna place it here. You see the difference? It looks a lot prettier when you add that banner. And those as well, they're just leftover pieces from this week. So then what I did is, did you know there's a Reindeer Days Memories and More card pack? So they are in the catalog. I took these out because I was like, I want to just use something different. I've packaged them separately just because once you open the package, they are so gorgeous. There's the bigger ones you could just mount on cards if you want to. There's big greetings. Then there's the little ones that you could also, like this would be pretty on a white, basic white card. Well, they have these stickers here. So I decided to use one of them. There's 4. So I used the Merry Christmas from there. And I just find that because of the layout, it stood out a lot more. And then I added it on the side here. And I'm just gonna add 2 dimensionals on top of each other, like this, to place right here. So I'm gonna mount that underneath. Even if it's sticky, I just want it to be supported properly. So there you have it. And then I'm gonna take out these little guys because I love them so much. And we're just gonna add a couple here and there. And then one maybe below here. I don't know if you've got the Memories and More's packets, if you got them, but they are simply adorable. So here it is. I've made another one previously. So you get to see both. Let that twine hang. You want to show it off, but they're perfect to add all our cards in from this week. So once I post the Facebook message, I will add the dimensions for the clear box so you get to see it properly, just because it can get confusing. So I will do that. Let me just bring them up. So now you could use anything that is part of that designer series paper. Choose the collection of cards that you want to use. I'm going to remove this one. We have all our cards from this week. And when everything coordinates, I just find it's a great hostess gift. You could give it to someone, and then we could do the 4 envelopes that are the same with all our cards. Do I have my last one here? It's kind of hard to see, but I will take photos, so you could always go on my website, kimmcgillis.com, to see the content. Maybe if I push it right here, I'm gonna be here. We're gonna add the box right here. But then it's a beautiful set, right? So adding all of this is a beautiful set that you could give as a hostess gift, or my husband's assistant is like, I didn't know you made cards. So he's like, he wants me to do cards for everyone. I was like, okay. So, but these were simple to do. They do look fancy, but they were not that complicated if you followed along all week. And I just find that it's a very cute package to hand in. So that is it. Any questions? I hope you like it. Like I said, if you don't want to do your own boxes, what you can do is you can purchase some on Amazon, or if ever you have leftovers like I did, then you could just use the one that Stampin' Up! Had years ago. Maybe it's something that I should put in the sandbox request, asking them if they could produce more, because they're so practical and I love to keep all my cards collections in there. So happy Friday, everyone. Thank you for joining me. And we will see each other most likely next week. I'm thinking of doing another series. If it's something that you would like, I'd like to hear about it. If you have suggestions on something, a bundle, anything that you would like me to use, please write it in the comments. I'd love to hear what you want. The Reindeer Days Suite Collection was a request by one of you, and that's why I chose to do so. I might post more projects this weekend, so you get to see more things with this collection. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.